Welcome to Cindy Certified Recipes. Today I'll be showing you how easy it is to make a super juicy leg of lamb. Whenever I do a roast, I like to get the roasting pan ready before I work with the meat. And so I have my roasting pan here, and so what I'm going to do is just roughly chop up some carrots, no rhyme or reason here. Just get them in the pan. And some celery. And those of you familiar with my channel know that my mom has a giant bay leaf tree, so guess what's going in the pan? Bay leaves. And then a few sprigs of rosemary. I keep picking from my rosemary bush out there, and it's been a cold winter, so he needs to grow. And so we just put a little bit of water in this pan. That's good. Get my rack, make way. And that's all set for the roast. So I'm going to set that aside and get our leg of lamb. Look at this beautiful leg of lamb, you guys. I mean, that's a beauty. And a lot of people are intimidated by leg of lamb or roasts in general, and they're one of the easiest things you can make. And today I'm going to show you what I do to make this spectacular. So you have your giant leg of lamb here, and what I like to do is what they call stud it. And what I'm going to do by that is by making a bunch of holes, and then I put little pieces of garlic in there, and I'm going to stud it with all this rosemary and get that sucker in the oven. So first I want to put some nice olive oil on it. That'll help it be nice and crispy. I'm going to score it a little bit, just so those seasonings get down into the lamb. And it also helps it look really pretty when it's done roasting. Like so. And then you can't have enough garlic, so instead of sea salt, I like to put a nice heavy dose of garlic salt and get it down in there. Wipe off my hands a little bit. And then we'll go for the fresh ground pepper. Plenty of that. Do the other side. Rub that in. Wipe off my hands a little bit. Now we're going to get a small knife and start studding out our lamb. And there's really no, I hit a bone there, but there's really no rhyme or reason to where you put these. And I like to put the garlic and the rosemary together. You just want to get it down in there. So this takes a little bit of time, but it's totally, totally worth it. You want to get the holes pretty deep. Okay, and we don't want any escapees, so get them down in there as best you can. Sometimes the bone doesn't let you, but just get them in there as best you can. And this is subjective, you don't have to do this, but it really gives the lamb a beautiful flavor. And so now I'm going to give it another little toss of olive oil. I'm going to get my roasting pan back over here. And this is a very large leg of lamb. It's like one of the biggest ones I've had. And you just set him in there like so. And he's gonna go in a 350-degree oven for about an hour and 20 minutes. And I'm gonna put in a meat thermometer. You don't want your thermometer to touch any bone. And we're gonna put that guy in the oven. Our gorgeous lamb is out of the oven, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna set it on a pan and cover it with foil, and it's gonna rest 30 minutes. And so let's get that lamb onto this pan. Cover him with foil. We'll get back to that after it rests 30 minutes. Our roast leg of lamb has been resting for approximately 30 minutes, and you do that so that the juices go back down into the meat. Makes for a nice juicy roast. And there it is, and we're going to take it off that pan and slice up some beautiful lamb here. And if you want it more well done, you just keep it in the oven for approximately 10 to 15 more minutes. But this is beautiful, juicy leg of lamb. Look at that juice in there, guys. It is just gorgeous. Nothing says spring like a gorgeous leg of lamb. Add in some crispy roasted potatoes and asparagus, and you have an amazing dinner for any occasion. And as always, if it's time tested, top-notch ingredients, and the talk of the table, it's Cindy certified.